Clean, clean, y'all. Real clean, boys. Look at this thing. You guys remember this thing? Seen us on the channel a while back? We did the whole swap on this guy here not too long ago. Little 6.0. Not too shabby underneath here, but if you guys don't remember, go check that video out, man. It is a good video. Full swap from start to finish. But she is ready to go. She came in real quick. She was having a little bit of a relay issue. Had to address that, making sure that fuel pump was cutting on and off like it should. So, but he is ready to go. He just needs to get tuned up, so that way he can try to make LS Fest as well. But what up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna go head over to T.C.R. Torque Converter Rebuilders. Man, my man Art up there, he is doing his thing. We're gonna go see him. We got the torque converter, we got to take him for the HELLCAT project, so he's gonna help us out with that, make sure there's nothing wrong with it, and give you a little sneak peek on the inside of these things. That's what I'm excited for. So we'll see you at the shop. Had to get you guys that cold start real quick. I love it. Yeah, buddy. Gotta hook that boy up with some swag. Get you guys swag, man. gooseperformance.com. Check that out. All right, you guys, I am in the shop. T.C.R. We're in the building.
That's right.
Oh, that is the man right there, guys. That is Art right here from T.C.R. You guys seen him, man. Torque converters is his thing. So, like I told you guys before earlier, this is the torque converter for the HELLCAT swap, and this is I want to say is a HP 90. And Art, what do we got to do to inspect this thing, man? Because this thing's been lying around for like, what, almost a year, I think.
Okay. So what we're going to do here is just cut this welding. I'm going to use this lathe to cut this welding, cut it open, see what the clutches look like, the seals, the bearings, and all that stuff. Well, if something doesn't look good, we're going to completely replace that, machine it, put it back together, and weld her up.
So just like that, you guys, he's got a lot of crazy machining here. I've seen his Instagram, man. Check out his Instagram. I'll put it down here below. But this stuff is crazy how this stuff works. I mean, I never even knew that you actually had a special machine weld this thing together. It's crazy. You'll see it. But let's open this thing up and see what it looks like. Hopefully it's good. I think it should be good. But if not, Art's the man with the plan.
That's right. Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
So after all the welding is cut, as you can see, there's no more weld anymore. Which is hammer it down a bit. There she is.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that.
Look at that. That's pretty slick.
So we got a good design. You see the fluid nice and clean. It looks brand new. This is what it's called, the impeller, the pump. As you can see, it's just turbine. It's just a simple turbine, just vanes and all that. This is the bearing. So far, so good. We got a stator here. You got your sprag in there, one-way sprag. Everything's locking up one way. Perfect. And you got your turbine. We got another bearing over here. And then you got your turbine. Look at that. Clean. And then you got your clutch pack. All these 8-speed, these 8 HP 70s, 90s, you got a clutch pack in here. That's what makes it so unique about this. With all that torque, you need this clutch pack. This is what they call the multi-disc clutch pack. There she is. Look at that.
Those are your actual clutches, huh?
These are your actual clutches. Your lockup here. As you can see, brand new.
Still looking pretty good.
Brand new. Then you got your lockup seal. Look at that. brand new. It looks like this one has never been driven before.
That's good. That's good. That's a good sign. Yes,
so, yeah,
sir.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, like I said, this thing has been sitting around, like I said, almost a year. And my thing was, I mean, from working in the shop, working in the garage, there's always metal shavings running around. There's dust, dirt, debris. So I just wanted to make sure that it was A1 before we do all that work hard, slap this thing in, and then come to find out we got a bad torque converter, you know?
Yeah. So after this, we're gonna put in the hot tank, wash everything up, do our final inspection once the parts are nice and clean, and assemble it back together.
How's that piston come out? Just a little bit of air?
A little bit of air, that's it. Shit, look at that. Cool.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of parts. Boom. Woo, coming out that bath, huh?
Look at that.
Steaming.
That's right.
So fresh and so clean.
Put some gloves on, dip it in water, let it cool down. Rinse them. Get all that chemical out. So now that we have everything nice and washed, nice and clean, we're here in the table, in the assembly table. We're gonna check everything out, inspect everything, check for the simple as, you know, the threads are good and stuff like that. And the hub, especially these 8-speeds, as you can see on the hub, there's something unique. You can see the spline they have in here. What happens with all that torque the Hemi has, they get, ¿cómo se dice? Se barren.
Oh, they strip out almost.
There you go, they strip out.
Yeah.
So what you got here is they're pretty good, nice and clean. As you can see, they're nice and clean.
Yeah, it looks good.
Now what we're gonna do, I mean, everything's good. Bearings are brand new. Everything's brand new. You got your one-way clutch in here. It's called stator. It's locking up, so everything's nice and good. Next step is go to the lathe and start machining parts. You want to machine the mating surface so it could close back together nice and smooth. We don't got no, so everything will be true to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So or else you have everything out of alignment. So start to machining.
All right, let's try it.
So what we're gonna machine here, it's we're gonna actually deburr it. You can see all this welding is nice and sharp. You could get cut easily. So we're gonna machine all that stuff. So after we machine everything now, we chuck up the impeller so we could check out the hub. See if the hub is true with the impeller. As you can see here in the video, it's nice and straight, so that's a good sign. That means the hub is good, the impeller is good. So, or also if we would have a crooked hub, you would have seen the hub just dancing around, wobbling around. When that happens, you need to cut this hub out, replace it, weld a new one in there.
So would it be, I guess, less time consuming or even less expensive to just replace the top cap at that point?
No, well, since it's 8-speed, this 8 HP 90, it's so late model.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better off. It's probably gonna be hard to find another core.
Oh, yeah.
So it's better off to replace a new hub.
Okay.
All these older converters, yeah, it's easier just to get another core.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It saves you time, saves you money, you know, and all that stuff.
Muy bien.
So now that you got that out, we're gonna polish this hub out.
So Art, so real quick, I mean, there's a lot of talk about stalls and stuff like that. When somebody comes in with their converter, then they want to modify it to a different stall. What exactly is that?
Okay, well, for example, these 8 HP 70s on these Rams.
Yeah.
I get a lot of requests. They want to pump up the stall in the converter. So what we do, we modify the blade angle on this impeller, and we also modify the stator. You want more fluid pumping up in here. More fluid means more stall. So that's what we do here. So as far as for you want to keep it the same, right?
Yeah,
OEM?
we're just gonna keep original,
Okay, cool,
OEM.
cool.
Yep.
So now that we have everything laid down, now time to build. Now not time to put it back together.
All right. What are we doing here?
We're checking the height. We're checking the height of the converter. There it is. Yeah, other people don't know what we're doing here. It's it's sitting on a flat surface,
Yeah.
and you see how this measures the height. So what you do is just put it on this stand.
So this will kind of tell you if there's something off inside.
Exactly, like
Like something's not seated properly, or you're
5.8.
missing.
Yeah, it's very important, especially when you assemble these. You know how I was playing around with the turbine.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think it's all the way in there, but if it's not, it's not.
Yeah.
And this is how you find out. Oh shit, why is it too tall?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why is it too tall? Oh shit, it's because of this.
No, that makes sense. That's smart right there. That's a nice little tool to have, for sure.
There it is.
So what's next? Welder up?
Welder up.
Welder up. I'm excited for this.
Welder up. This is my machine. This is the so-called Big Blue.
Big
Famous
Blue.
Big Blue. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. This thing does work.
So the purpose of this machine is that what it does, it aligns the converter. It aligns both halves. You have a turntable here, and then you got your pilot. Your pilot, it kind of stimulates your crank, you know what I'm saying? So you put that in there, make sure it's nice and flat, nice and even. And next step is you look for a bushing. The plastic bushing goes in here in the chuck, and you put it in here, and what it does, it just aligns both halves.
Okay.
Then after that, we put air, we chuck it up, and we put internal clearance, and then we weld it together. So this machine has three purposes. It aligns it, it gives it internal end plane, and it welds up the converter together.
I see.
Yeah.
And not to mention, he actually told me something that I was surprised about earlier, guys. This is actually the most expensive piece of equipment he's got in here. It is crazy. I guess there's only one really manufacturer that builds these things.
It's called T.C.R, also called Superflow. It's the same company that does all those dynos.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, and all that stuff. Yeah, that's the only company, legit company, that does this. There is this other company, but it's kind of like a copycat. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is the most expensive machine. I say nowadays this machine with all the tooling and stuff like that, you're probably talking about more than $50,000. $50,000.
So you're saying to pull out a second mortgage if you guys want to do torque converters at home?
And that's just this machine.
Oh,
that's not counting lathes, hot tanks,
right? I know, right?
Piston bonders, leak tester, balancer. That's not counting none of that stuff.
I'm just saying, you're right. So don't be trying to do torque converters at home. Long story short, bring it to TCR, man.
That's right.
Art will take care of you, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's see this thing in action.
So after it does a 360 weld, as you can see, the machine, you know, it stops by itself. This is what's so unique about this machine, that with a press of a button, it tacks it, and after it's complete tacking it, it starts welding by itself. And once it does the 360, it stops by itself. So this is so unique. Instead of doing it by hand or in the lathe, where you just have to be there, you know, you got to see when to stop and all that. You know what I'm saying? This machine does everything. That's why I love Big Blue.
Right, Big Blue. Big Blue for the win.
That's right.
What's up next? What we got to do? We good or
so
no?
After everything's well, we check the weld. As you can see, you know what I'm saying? It looks good. You know what I mean?
Looks good.
After this, we pop it in the leak tester. We put air in it. We pump it up to 120 psi. Let's look for the correct
amount of pressure.
Right.
There's definitely a lot of steps to rebuilding the torque converter, though. I mean, I look at how many of the different machines you bounce back from one to the other.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely wasn't gonna happen in the garage. Oh, look at that.
So we pump it to 120 degrees, PSIs. As you can see, it's pumping up, and we just submerge it to water.
Oh, look at that. It just came up.
It just comes up, you know. Boom, 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 boom. We let all that air bubbles come out, and we just look for bubbles. Let it cool down a bit. Vámonos. It does. Tiene dos. Uno aquí y otro aquí. Watch, I'll show you now.
So if we have any bubbles or, I guess, leaks, we have to tack them there or get them closed up?
It depends if the hole's big. Yeah, we do have to machine it and re-weld it.
Yeah.
But if it's nice, it's a bit small, you know, just a little punch will do the job. As you can see, look, check this out, Goose. You see that's part of the tack when we first tacked it. You see this right here, you see that little bubble.
Yeah.
So this is a nice, easy fix. I'll show you how we take care of that.
All right.
So we just get a punch and we just, you know, that's it. You know what I mean?
So what does that do, I guess, by punching it right there?
Look at that. Took care of the hole. You see that shit?
How do you take care of the hole by doing this?
Oh, man.
Did you make another hole? I'm confused.
Look. See that? The weld is so hot right now that you can move it around.
Oh, really?
Crazy shit up.
So because of the weld being hot, you're able to move the metal around to cover the hole? No kidding. That's crazy.
Check it again. Get all the air bubbles out. All the air trapped in the bottom. Check it out. And that's all she wrote.
Bam, just like that, Art, huh?
Just like that, she's ready to roll.
Ready to roll. We got the protection up there.
That's right.
So real quick though, before I put this in, any tips and tricks that you can tell me?
On the converter, you always, you know, it's your preference. But on these, as you saw, it has a clutch pack in there. You know what I'm saying? So it will dry start. You want to put a little ATF, half a quart of ATF, full synthetic, or go OEM. Since it's an 8 HP 90, I will use OEM fluid.
Stock stuff?
Yeah, stock stuff. Just, you know, put half a quart, you know, just jiggle it around. And since this one has, like I said, splines on the hub, you might want to be careful once you're installing it, because remember, if you don't, you're gonna break up your pump. You're gonna break your pump, damage the converter, and that's a big no-no, and that's gonna cost you thousands, not hundreds, thousands.
I've done it. I think I've done it.
It happens to everybody.
I've done it. I think first LS swap, I want to say my Monte Carlo, I did that. I'm like, what's wrong? Sure enough, pump was broken, busted off, everything. But you guys, make sure, hit them up on Instagram. You guys already know, stay wrenching.